So now we are going to see Lamarckism. We have seen the various evidences for evolution as morphological evidence, anatomical evidence, vestigial organs, embryological evidence, carbon dating, which we have seen in paleontological evidence. Now we are going to see what is Lamarckism. So Lamarckism basically consists of two theories. First is use and disuse of organs, and second one inheritance of acquired characters. So Jean Baptiste Lamarck was the scientist who proposed that morphological changes occurs in the living organism. They are responsible for evolution. Morphological changes occurring in living organisms, they are responsible for evolution, and reason for morphological changes is their laziness or activities of that organisms. So he called this concept as the use or disuse of organisms. So we are seeing now use and disuse of organs means what? That we are seeing by taking some examples also which were given by Lamarck, and that's why the theory has given the name Lamarckism. So the characters of organs, they get developed because of the activity. Particular organ has a particular character, and that gets developed due to the specific activities that is done by that human being or organism. And if the organ is not in used for long period of time, then these organs, they get generated, they become useless. So first example he has given is of giraffe. As giraffe has to eat the leaves on the tall trees, his neck goes on extending, or it becomes long and long, and extending their neck for several generations. That is the first example. Then secondly, if we consider the ironsmith, the shoulders of ironsmiths are very strong because he has to use them for frequent hammering movement. As they are used for frequent hammering movement, they become naturally strong. That is use character. Then if we consider the disuse character, that is if we consider the wings of emu and ostrich, as they are not used for flying for long time, they become useless. Why? If we consider, or they become weak, not useless we may say, they become weak. Then if we consider the legs of the birds like swan or duck, they are used for swimming instead of walking because they have to live in water. Or if we consider the legs of snakes, they are totally lost because they have to live in the burrows. They have burrowing modification, and therefore their legs are totally lost. So all these examples, they show the acquired characteristics, and these are transferred from one generation to another. So this is called the theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Now actually what happens, the theory proposed by him of use and disuse of organs was widely accepted, but the theory he has proposed of transmission or transfer of these acquired character from one generation to another generation is totally disproved or totally rejected, because it had been verified many times that the modifications which were brought, they are not transferred to the next generation. Whichever changes are brought, they are not transmitted to the next generation. Only the genetic characters are transmitted from one generation to another. The acquired characters are not transferred. So that is regarding the Lamarckism. All these questions are asked as write notes on. Then we are going to see what is speciation. So speciation means it is a formation of new species of the living organism is nothing but speciation. So Darwin proposed that speciation is due to evolution. The reason for speciation is evolution. Now if we consider the species, each species, it grows in different geographical conditions like food, habitat, or reproductive ability, reproductive period. All are different for each species. However, the reasons for speciation is genetic variation is the reason for speciation, as well as geographical and reproductive changes. They are also responsible for this speciation. If we want to define species, species are nothing but these are the group of organisms which can produce the fertile organisms through natural reproduction. So they have given you the definition in the second line. You may underline this definition. Species is the group of organisms that can produce fertile individuals through natural reproduction. So therefore these species, they get isolated from other species, and thus they are not able to perform the reproduction with them. So that is, these are the few points they are given about speciation, which is nothing but the formation of species of living organism. Then we are going to see the human evolution, that is how human being was evolved from his ancestors. So the first thing in this is, if we consider the last dinosaur disappeared about 7 crores years ago. At that time, the monkey-like animals were evolved, which from their ancestors, they were evolved from their ancestors, which were more or less similar to the modern lemurs. So lemurs are nothing but also the species of monkeys which were found below Africa on the Madagascar island, and these monkeys, they have big eyes. So from them the modern lemurs were formed. Now the tail of these monkeys disappeared about how many years ago? 4 crores years ago. Their tail of these monkey-like animals of Africa, they said to be disappear, and then they developed due to enlargement of brain, improvement of their hands, and thus from them the ape-like animals were formed or evolved. Meanwhile, these ape-like animals, they reached the South and Northeast Asia, and they finally evolved into 2 more species. First one, that is gibbon, which are the monkeys having long hands, and another is orangutan, which are the monkeys having orange color. These are very clever species of monkey. So these ape-like animals are evolved from them after losing the tail of these modern lemurs. Now some apes, they get migrated or they reach South and Northeast Asia, but the some which stayed in Africa, they from them who are evolved, the chimpanzees and gorilla, they were evolved about 2.5 crores years ago. Then their hand, they are used for eating food. Then these apes started to live in forest, as due to the dry atmosphere, dry environment, due to depletion of forest, they started living on land instead of on the trees. Then their lumber-like bones get very well developed so that they can have a erect posture, and thus their hands become free to do work at any time. So the first human like animal having erect posture using their hands, they were evolved 2 crores years ago. Remember this important. First human like animals with erect posture which were using their hands have evolved about 2 crores years ago. Then the first record of human like animal is in the form of Ramampithecus ape from East Africa. Then they grow in the size, they become more intelligent, and thus the ape of South Africa evolved. First the apes, they were evolved in East Africa, then they get evolved in South Africa about 40 lakhs years ago, in which intelligence is more, size is more. After that, about 20 lakhs years ago, the animals, human-like animals whose morphology appears to be like genus Homo, they were evolved, which are having skilled structure, or they are the considered to be skilled human. Then about 15 lakhs years ago, the human walking with erect posture was evolved. Then evolution of upright man continued, and about 1 lakhs years ago, the human being, upright man having very well developed brain was evolved, and meanwhile it discovered the fire. That has happened about 1 lakhs years ago. Then about 50,000 years ago, what happens? The class wise man, Homo sapiens, he was evolved. So if we see the numbers of years, then we can have the conclusion that evolution has become fast afterwards, because we have come from lakhs to now thousands. So Neanderthal man, underline this word, he was the first example of wise man, and Cro-Magnon was evolved about 50,000 years ago. And after this also the evolution become very fast. Then 10,000 years ago, wise man started to practice agriculture. It started rearing the cattle and established the cities. Cultural development took place. Then 5,000 years ago, the art of writing was invented, and thus the history had been started. So modern science emerged about 400 years ago, and industrial society was established about 200 years ago, and now we have reached at this stage, and still we are searching the details of roots of human ancestry. So in the next lecture we are going to solve the question answers, and if time permits I will continue some lab portion of science 1, which is the middle portion after mass and weight. That also I will take in that video only.